Well, I decided to put the wing on this little trestle table to make it a working height because I'm a very tall person. So I didn't glue the top wing on, as you can see, because that gives me access to put the gubbins in for the engine, chain drives, etc. And obviously the steering mechanism, as simple as it is. This glue should be dried now, or more or less, so the guy can go in here like that quite neatly. So I'm now going to attempt to put the top wing on. I think it's safe to do so, and then go from there. Well, I put the top wing down, upside down, and now I am putting the white PVA glue into the holes for the upright, and I'm just doing it with this little stick here. I don't want to put too much in, because obviously what's going to happen if I put too much in, all that I've wasted there. God, that's true. Anyway, get it off my fingers, because you have the little holes in the struts for the rigging to go through, and I've cleared these out once, so I don't particularly want to get them glued up. So I'm just giving it a few seconds. So you should be able to see the white blobs in the main spar there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 16 struts altogether. I've got all these struts left over. Yeah, just look how many of them I've got left over. Yeah. Well, it's not because I left something out. That's how many they give you. Maybe they give you spare ones in case you break them or something. I have no idea. There's some spare ribs as well, wing ribs. So yeah, mystery. Now I have to place this on here, which is how I originally did this the first time. So this time I have to glue the top of the propeller shafts. I decided to glue them afterwards by putting a stick of glue on them later. Now, because I know this has already been in once, it should go in again, or at least you would think so. The only trouble is this time, because I put the white glue there, you can't see exactly where the holes are, because I didn't make the holes that big. I mean, I know generally where they are because of the white glues there, but you're trying to get it smack on. So obviously I'm going to struggle a little bit to get them in the right places, because what you want to do first is line them up first and then attempt to push them in, because otherwise you're going to end up with a warped wing. So there you go. Now this is going to be a bit fiddly because I don't want to go exactly first go. I think it was easier when I didn't glue it, if I'm being honest. Right, now starting this end, if you can see this end, there you go. I'll push the rear one in so we can get the front in if we can. Well, that's not great photography, but there you go. Starting at the back again, yeah, that's pushed in. That's pushed in. That's pushed in. Front is pushed in. Get that lined up. I know that one's pushed in. Got in automatically. This one, he don't want to play ball. Not quite sure why. Anyway, I'll probably come back to him actually. Let's get a few more in at the front, because maybe the rest will then follow. Now there does not seem to be any hindrance so far from the engine or propeller mounts. you line them up once and they come out of alignment. If you don't at least try to line them up, you're not going to get anywhere at all. Now, I'm not too worried about any excess glue because it will dry clear. Ah, that's gone in. That's gone in. Yeah, once you get the majority in, the rest will generally follow. That's gone in. So I think there's only that one left, which is right next to the prop shaft. Come on, you, don't be naughty. Okay. And they're in. And they're in. And they are in. Now, I can. Where's my triangular aids? There you go. Yep, that's pretty good. That's pretty good too. So okay, I'm a bit happy with that. Could be a little bit. See, what I'm doing is I'm running my eye down the trailing edge to get an evenly lined up. If I can, that's not too bad. So this now brings me to looking at, if I may, I'm using this little stick. Let's have a look. Now you'll see that the top of the prop mount runs in the middle of that rib, and that one's just off that rib. Now what I want to do, put a slight amount of pressure down on there. So I'm going to need something not too heavy but not too light to rest on there to force that top ring down so I can glue those into place. So maybe the Easy Dope is heavy enough but not too heavy. So look. Maybe so. Yeah. Slightly. Yeah, it looks like it's the way it's going to be. I may use just need to prop that up, stop it from rocking. I may use the zap glue on those, because once I zap them into place, they'll stay in place and I won't have to worry too much about them moving. So I think I will do that. Now, to achieve that, I'm going to still have to put a little bit of finger pressure on, is put this on the tip of this wood. Now, you know, don't go mad with it. Because trouble is zap glue, it's difficult to control it. Just put some on either side that bracket. As much as you dare. There you go. And then hopefully that will dry pretty quickly, aided by the weight of my thumb. I'm blowing on it. You don't want to put any pressure, well, you don't want to put too much pressure on this because you just end up breaking one of the ribs or even the whole wing. It's just enough to make contact between the top of the forgot how to speak English again. The sprocket for the propeller drive and the underneath or the bottom of the top wing main spar. which should sit in the middle of that main spar. And I'll just blow on that for a little while. Talk amongst yourselves, and hopefully that'll go off in a few seconds. And then turn my attention to the other propeller mount. And then what I will do then, yes, I think it's gone tacky. See, this one, it needs to come forward a few millimeters, like that. So I'll have to hold that there. So again, if I just copy what I did before, there you go, that's more than enough. There you go, did it in one. I just want to put the wood down so it doesn't stick to something else, and then hold that in position, and then put a little bit of weight on it, like that, and then just hold it there. And I think that will do for that for now. Well, everything is dried now. Put the pilot in, and you may observe that I have put the tail on. I had to shorten these. This is the top one. I had to shorten that to make it fit, and I was expecting somewhere to do that because nothing's that good. And then I started to put the rigging in, which, to be honest, is dead easy. It's really easy to put the rigging in. Just use a very small needle, just go through the holes, cross like that. Easy peasy, squeezing of the lemon. So the reason I'm doing this without putting the skid on is because I think it's just going to be easier to do this without all that stuff in the way. So I haven't put the props on, I haven't put the skid on, just as I said, just to make it easier to do, to get the rigging on, because you've got to get your hands in there. And I don't see any reason at this stage to put the skid on or the props. Anyway, can anybody spot the obvious mistake here? There's no prize, but hey, there you go. So on to the next part now, which is doing the rigging on the rear side, like that. And then I will go forward and put the skid on.